Whenever we ready, we rolling, fellas.
Welcome, old family and new family, to BoomBappED, capital ED. It's your co-host with the most, Brandon White, a.k.a. Bushido Garvey.
Yeah. What's up, Rochester? Yo, this is Atlas coming at you.
Yes, and we got Brother Rob Lowe on the tech. And for those who have probably noticed, and for those who don't, we are in an amazingly new, renovated setup, Peace the Way OFM. And our first interview in this new setup is with Entrepreneur, health enthusiast, and philosopher. Did I say entrepreneur already?
True.
Oh, cool. Overall quality dude from the West Side, Brother Shawn. How you doing, homie?
Give it up.
Good. Just gotta make sure you speak
on that mic, bro.
Yep, indeed.
Yep.
I'm doing great. Can't complain. I'm here.
Excellent. So for those who don't know, BoomBappED is an honest, open, and clear-headed exploration of education and cultural issues focused on, but not limited to, the Rochester area through a hip-hop lens.
True that. So Brother Shawn, we like to give our guests an opportunity just to kind of introduce themselves in their own terms, to talk about what you've been up to professionally, what makes you tick outside of work. What do you want listeners to know right off the top?
Well, I'm Brother Shawn. I grew up I was born in Hempstead, Long Island, New York. Lived there for 12 years. My mom passed away when I was 12, so I had to move. It's all good. Had to move down south with my aunt and a couple different family members. Was not really doing what I had supposed to be doing, getting in a lot of trouble. So I was moving in group homes, foster care, and to the point where I just had lost my job, and it was just real bad. So I was just like, let me move up here to New York, back with my family. So that's what I did, and just started to get on my hustle around the age. I couldn't find a job for 3 years. The first 3 years I was here, I only been here probably 5 years now. The first 3 years I couldn't find no job, so it was just really hard. I was like, man, I gotta do something else. So I found me a job. Then the next year I created matter of fact, let me backtrack a little bit. 2015, me and my brother Imhotep, we created a business called Natural People's Produce. And that was basically we set up fruit stands all over the city of Rochester, and we were selling our fruit and stuff like that, because he was into health way before me and him had even met. So
yeah,
he just kind of taught me, and I just kind of all right, yeah, because how it happened was he seen me eating a cheese pizza one day at some
got at you about that, huh?
Yeah,
Caught you lacking.
It was some Black Power event, and he was like, hey, what's going on, man? I be seeing you around, man. Let's link up, let's build. He but what you doing with that cheese pizza? I'm like, what's wrong? I'm like, yo, it got veggies on it. He man, you got a lot to learn. You know what I'm saying? So it just, it just went from there. And
so you don't mess with cheese pizza anymore?
Nah, man, I'm good on the cheese. Unless it's vegan cheese.
All right.
Oh, you vegan?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I recently converted. February.
That's what's up, man. Yeah. That's what's up. Yeah. So so we created Natural People's Produce. It did good things, but it got really cold, and the money wasn't how it was supposed to be, and it just kind of withered away until the next year. And they was kind of doing it, and by that time I had created Aboriginal smoothies. You know what I'm saying? So I was doing my own thing, and then after that we had linked up to create Be Healthy Fresh Food Market, which is what's going on today. And I also sell clothing. I sell hats. Sold over 50 hats. Sold over 1,000 smoothies. I've sold over numerous stock courses. I teach people how to get invested into the stock market. And I'm just the last part. What I'm trying to do now, I'm just trying to come out with a book. So probably try to do it by the end of next year. I was gonna try to do it by the end of this year, but all this stuff just happened this year, so it was like I ain't got no time right now to write. You know what I'm saying? So
a lot of this growth has been happening exponentially. That's a fact. I feel like in the past 2 years, I didn't even know all that background. It was all this background stuff was happening, and then there's this explosion of Aboriginal smoothies, and you said Be Healthy
Fresh Food
Market. So another thing that we ask, because we know that healthy food and healthy eating is your focus in our community. Question we want to ask you is, if you had to come out with a rap album, right, and had to name it after a book, right?
Yeah.
What book would it be, and why? 'Cause you know how Lauryn Hill came out with the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. Technically, that was like kind of titled after Miseducation of the Negro.
Yeah.
What would be your book that you name your album after?
That's a good question. I'll probably name it Health Before Niggas, because my favorite book is a book called Christianity Before Christ.
Is that
It's by I think it's by Amos Wilson.
Okay, Amos Wilson. Okay.
Yeah. So it just teaches how like all the religions basically have the same exact story about somebody dying on the cross, coming back on this day. Everyone, like not even every religion, every culture. You know what I'm saying? So like cultures that was way before, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Roman, you know, Greco-Roman culture. That's, you know. So
Amos Wilson's Blueprint for Black Power is the truth, man.
Yeah.
Man, it's like $50.
It's
so
50 and it's hard to find. Yeah,
It's worth it, man.
Dr. Boy sell it on his website.
Yeah.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, Dr. Boy's Watch
Okay.
sell it on his website. It's
Yeah.
one of the greatest books ever.
Yes,
man.
yes, indeed,
Yeah.
man.
Dr. Claude Anderson got some good books too.
Yeah, I bought
yeah.
Black Labor, White Wealth or something like that. Yeah, I haven't read it yet, but yeah. Gotta get to that for sure.
Okay. So you mentioned that you founded Aboriginal Smoothies,
Yeah.
right? And so you run a smoothie juice bar, and it's called Aboriginal Smoothies.
No, it was Aboriginal Smoothies when I was on Thurston, 366
Gotcha.
Thurston Road. It's
Okay.
All Love, soul food restaurant. Yeah, it's ran by a brother named
Peace to
Rand.
It's All Love.
Peace to It's All Love. It's ran by a brother named Rand and a sister named Jasmine, and they let me set up shop in there. So basically, like, say y'all run this radio station and y'all let me come set it up right here, my table right here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
that's how it was.
Yep.
But you know, it's just it's different now. But
Indeed. Okay.
It's
I
all good.
appreciate the clarity. Still over in the heart of the West Side there.
yeah, definitely.
Over on
definitely.
Jenny now, right?
Yeah, we're trying to get on the east side. So soon.
Cool.
Word,
Expansion is the word,
Yeah,
man.
it's hard getting over to the West Side if you're coming from the East.
Man. Right. Yeah.
You know, that's what I be having to do.
Right.
So tell me about what the reception has been for this endeavor, and because it's something that really hasn't been promoted, encouraged. We haven't seen a whole lot of that in years past. So what has your experience been with this, with founding it and getting it off the ground?
It's been good. It's been better than I, expected, because the like I said, the stereotype is just like our people don't want to be healthy, but it's like that's not true, because it's just not around in our neighborhoods. So like, to be healthy, you know what I'm saying? So if something not around, then it's like it's not, gonna be talked about. It's not gonna be, like even searched for. If it's not around, it got to be around for people to even search for it. You know what I'm saying? And then it's a stereotype where it's like, yo, being healthy is for white people. Like, what, boy, you
That's
eat
madness, right?
string beans? Like, you are a cornball. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, you better eat some fried chicken, man. We eat chicken. We put hot sauce. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like ignorant rhetoric. You know what I'm saying? That's really like based in, like down south cooking, and you know what I'm saying, that made its way to the north. You know what I'm saying? So that's really global now. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
That's real. Your Be Healthy is basically right across the street from where I always used to get gizzards, Philly cheesesteak, whatever. I think it's a clothing store now, Empire or whatever it's called.
okay, yeah.
Like right across the street, right next to Wilson. We used to always go get some gizzards with the hot sauce. The wings, the potato wedges, you know what I'm saying?
That's it.
And that's all that was there for blocks. You can go 2 blocks down, you could have got the same thing, right?
Yep.
And so it's fascinating to see that happen and that there be such a reception, proving that point that you just proved of. If it's there, we'll go.
Right.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
people are literally hungry for healthy food. The bodies
That's
are
right.
craving it. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
So
Word
they
up.
get
That's
get a taste for it.
it.
The proof is in the pudding, man. They feel good. You know what I mean?
Word. Yeah.
And it tastes good, because y'all do the smoothies, you know what I'm saying? Like, and y'all know our people. Like, we're not gonna have something that tastes like pure kale.
Right,
you know what I'm
right.
saying?
Yeah.
As good as kale is for
Right,
us,
right.
you're not gonna come with something that tastes like straight up kale that's been washed and rinsed and grown. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
it's gonna
right.
be mixed with other things. And you're gonna make it like tasteful,
Flavorful,
right?
yeah. Because Dr. Lila Africa was even saying that, like, because of like melanin, you know what I'm saying, our people like could taste the full flavor of the food better than Europeans. So that's why we like all those flavors and spices, and you know what I'm saying. So yeah, it's real deep.
Well, Because I have Nutricide.
Okay,
that
yeah.
book.
That's one of my favorite books.
Yeah. I've been telling Rob Lowe for a while. It's one of them books where it's just like,
which one do you got?
It's like it's Nutricide. It has like the little gravestone on the front where it says, "Here lies the Negro. He ate himself to death."
You got the first one, yeah. Because he came out with 3 versions of it.
Oh, well,
yeah.
I think it's a compendium. I think because it's mad thick.
Yeah.
Unless he has like 3 separate thick versions.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I know the third one is like came out like 2017.
Oh, I don't
and it's
got
talking
that
about like GMOs and all that.
Oh,
like it's updated. You know what I mean?
I don't got nothing about that.
And what he said in Nutricide was, he said like your teeth supposed to be yellow, because I always grew up with yellow teeth. And I'm like, why the hell I got yellow teeth? You know what I'm saying? But the natural color of your teeth is yellow. You know what I'm saying? It's not white. So when he said that, I was like, damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, now it's funny because I'm getting some dental work done, and I'm worried. I was like, okay, you know what? Maybe I can use this moment to try to use an initiative to whiten my teeth, because that's what what's the science behind having non-white teeth?
Well, it's really like a evolutionary thing. So like after, you know what I'm saying, people came, the colonizers came, they the ones who had like white teeth. They the ones who had, you know, like white teeth and things like that, because our bones are like a yellowish. You know what I'm saying? Our bones aren't really white.
Teeth are bones.
Yeah. They just show that it's white all the time on TV because that's the perception that they want, because that's what they are. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know what I mean? So, yeah, man.
Word up. But yo, so in addition to like we're running Be Healthy, right? You also sell hats and clothing, and you know, you often encourage command of finances and wealth building, like, you know, like your hats and your clothing say, like, you know, Dynasty, Die Wealthy, all of that, right? Which I have. Check them out, right? Wait, don't check them out, because we don't do that here at Wayo FM. We can't make calls to action at this station. Can you describe Black folks' current relationship with these ideas of wealth building and enterprise, et cetera, et cetera?
I think that they just came out with an article the other day, and it was like Black people aren't really that poor, like how the media make it seem. And it's like, you can kind of like tell, you know what I'm saying? Because like we be spending mad money on like nothing, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, are you really poor, or are you just making poor decisions? You know what I'm saying? Because I would really even say like poverty in America kind of really doesn't even exist. And that's why I would say that is because not that it doesn't exist, but it's exaggerated. So like you talk to somebody like Akon, like when they asked him about poverty in America, he laughed. He's like, are you serious right now? Like, these people got to walk 3 miles for a bucket of water. Nobody really probably ever in here ever had to do that, ever even think about doing that. You know what I'm saying?
There's levels to this.
There's
levels.
Poverty.
Yeah, word.
I remember Jay-Z one time, it was like, remember they did MTV Diary? He was doing a thing where he was in a country in Africa, and they were like walking to get water, and he had to walk with these girls, these really young girls, to get water. And I never forget, he had said, and this man is from Marcy Projects, Brooklyn, 1980s, height of crack era. He was like, we don't even stay in the hood, not even close. Word. Right? And again, it's a relative thing, right? Because while these young ladies got to walk for water, Jay had to deal with a whole lot of volatile and dangerous situations, right? You know, and there's different realities. But to your point, though, you know, like, we don't know what it's like to not have water like that. You know what I'm saying? Or
imagine that, man.
Crazy.
You don't walk 3 miles, you got no water. That's crazy.
That is wild.
Then you got to walk back with it, so you can only bring back the water that you could handle.
That's real.
You know what I mean?
That's real.
I can imagine that.
Yep. That's really real. Now, do you ever get worried? Because when you said that, I understood exactly where you were coming from. But do you ever get worried in speaking on those kind of realities where it's just like poverty exists, but at the same time, where we're overlooking the wealth opportunities and the wealth that is had that's just not pulled together? When you speak on that, do you ever get worried about somebody hearing that and being like, "Oh, he's saying that we ain't poor," you know, like he's thinking that we just struggling all by ourselves and not really doing what we got to do? Do you ever get worried about somebody taking that out of context?
I don't get worried, but I know it's like gonna come, because it's like we've been trained that like white supremacy is like this thing that just like keeps us down. But it's like really white people for the most part don't care about what we do. They really don't. You know what I'm saying? Like who's stopping you from saving your money and getting a business? Like who's stopping you from doing that? Nobody. No, they don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like they like do whatever you want to do. Like we good. You know what I'm saying? Just don't mess with our money. You know what I'm saying? If you're not messing with their money, they don't care. And it's like that's always an excuse. White supremacy isn't always an excuse for our people just to not do anything. It gets corny. It's like I remember Tariq Nasheed was arguing with Andrew Schultz, and he just kept saying white supremacy. Well, because of white supremacy. Well, because of white supremacy.
Like it's like man or something.
Yeah, right.
It's like, yo, like it's nothing supreme about for run this. Like that's like, so we deal with I deal a lot with like ancient languages and Semitic languages. So when you, for example, the word light, L-I-G-H-T, it's not really pronounced light. It's pronounced like. Right. So when you pronounce it like that, what happens is informational highways connecting your brain. Dendrites come with neurons and they come together, which sew the brain together. So it makes the brain smarter and it makes you smarter. You know what I'm saying? So if you look at indigenous cultures and in some parts of Africa, the people's skull be mad long. You know what I'm saying? Over here in America, it's called the peanut head. It's like because America.
Who used to clown using that?
Yeah.
Peanut head.
Yeah. Because Americans aren't really like as smart intellectually as other, you know what I'm saying, people around the globe. America gets a lot of its intelligence from people that come from other countries, you know what I'm saying? Particularly Asians and particularly Africans, you know what I'm saying? But man, where was I going? I just got off.
They were talking, well, originally it was like treating white supremacy as the boogeyman.
Oh yeah. So it's like, you know, when with white supremacy, it's like you gotta understand like language has like words, you know what I'm saying? Even in the Bible it say like life and death is in the power of the tongue. It's not just talking about like physical life and physical death. It's talking about life period, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, we gotta watch our words because we like a lot of times we speak things into existence that we might not even know. Man, I don't got no money, man, I'm messed up right now, I'm mad broke. Why I keep saying that? You know what I'm saying? Like, you ever think you're gonna get some money by saying that every single day? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, what's up, man? Nothing. Chilling. I don't got nothing going on.
Right.
I don't need to be around people that's saying that every day because like in the hood, that's the conversation every day. And you see people really living that. Like, you know what I'm saying? And people will say, man, that law of attraction stuff ain't real, man. That speaking stuff into existence ain't real. Go to the hood. Listen to how they speak, then listen to and then see their life. I bet you the guys on East Avenue ain't saying nothing, chilling, about to roll up, nothing much to it. They not saying that. They saying, yo, man, I'm about to go do this. Yo, man, I'm just cooling, man. I'm about to go head to such and such. You know what I'm saying? They saying some actions that they about to really go do. It ain't all, you know what I'm saying, like a nothing conversation. So
it's self-imposed. You're saying this lack of movement, this lack of vision, it sounds like plaguing a lot of our neighborhoods. It sounds like you're saying that it's self-imposed by virtue of people giving up their power to some force, white supremacy or otherwise, that they look at as limiting them.
I wouldn't say like 100%, but I would say like it's way more. We are way more to blame for our, you know what I'm saying, our lack of success than what we think we are. Because like a lot of times like pro-black people, their blame is on something else. You don't never really hear pro-black people say, you know what, man, I need to stop messing up. I need to stop drinking and being out here and like, you know what I'm saying? Pro-black people don't be saying that. You know what I'm saying? It's like everything is like the man and, you know, the government and the people and Trump. You know what I'm saying? It's
and
like,
and I think you speak the truth. And even to the extent that there are external factors acting to suppress, it doesn't change the fact that any positive change is going to have to come from within anyways. It's not going to come from outside.
Right.
It's going to have to be generated. We're going to have to do it. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of if there are forces in opposition or not. So why waste your energy even worrying about that? You know what I mean?
And it's like, if you conscious, you got these conscious people out here calling themselves God. If you God, how you gotta go to your dad, gotta go to your baby girl and say, look, man, I can't do it because this guy, this other man got his foot on my neck. How you sound as a man? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So it's like, I don't like, when I first got conscious, I was into that too. Yeah, it's the man. He keeping us down. Da da da. But then like you realize, you get older, you realize like, man, you're not really doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, get up. How much do you read a day? You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody's stopping you from reading a book, Shawn. Like, indeed. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you got to put some blame on yourself. Like, yeah, it's crazy, man.
So yo, keeping it moving, talking about your various enterprises, and you got your hand in a number of different pots. You know what I mean? Give me what the most significant, I guess, lesson or jewel that you've come upon that it would have been ideal to have learned in school. What had they have taught you that you didn't learn in school that would have been useful to your business pursuits?
Basically like investing your money, like putting your money up and investing in yourself. And also like about credit, like future things, because a lot of times we learn in school, somebody was speaking about this today, I can't remember who it was, they were saying like school teaches us about the past a lot, history, scientific theories that was thought about in 1868, you know what I'm saying, and you know, English stories about John Hankenheimer who sailed the 7 seas, and but like what future do they talk about? You know what I'm saying? Even math is like mad past tense, like Pythagorean theorem, like come on, that's 2,000 years old, like you know what I'm saying? Like come on, like literally, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, what future things are they really preparing us for? You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not teaching us how to invest. You learn about credit when it's messed up and you got to go to the credit man. Like how you know what I'm saying? Like how is that? Like, yo, black people don't have no culture. Black people have no culture. In America, we have no culture. Our whole culture is basically white people culture.
So expand on investing in yourself. What does that look like to a would-be entrepreneur?
Basically like putting your money up and like going with whatever type of dream that you got. You know what I'm saying? So whether you want to like make music, and it's a thing, you gotta like, it's a book called The Comedic Science of Prosperity. I think y'all all should listen to that every single day. It's only 2 hours. Every single day, no matter what you're doing, you cooking, you cleaning up, you just sitting here chilling, not doing much, listen to that book every day, because it really puts you in a wealth mindset, and you know, it lifts you out of a poverty mindset. You know what I'm saying? So you know, just about not even saving your money, because when you save your money, you lose your money. And what I mean by that is like, your money is not keeping up with inflation, so you just putting it in a bank account, and like these people is crooks. Like banks is like the most corrupt people, you know what I'm saying, on earth. So like the only reason I even use a bank is to invest in the stock market, you know what I'm saying. But like, even if that wasn't like, you know, the way to have to do it, I wouldn't even deal with them, because they just, you know, corrupt or whatever. But whatever dream you got, I would say, you know, just like keep working towards it, you know, because like it's gonna, somebody wants something that you got, you know what I'm saying? I don't care if you're selling balloons, I don't care if you're selling socks, somebody want it. If you present it the right way, you know, it's gonna pop. Another book to get to is called The Science of Selling, and it just teaches you little tips.
Is that Brian Tracy or something?
It's by
that's all good.
I read so many books, I forgot.
Okay. The Science of Selling.
The Science of Selling. Yep.
Right.
So, well, I have a 2-part question. When you talked about this idea of education not talking about the future, and not focusing on the future, being very caught up in the past in an unbalanced way, the same way that our ownership of whatever the white man is doing is unbalanced, right?
Yeah.
And in that point of you saying it's caught up too much in the past, you also, you know, said that black folk don't have culture. Now, when I heard that, I was thinking, is he talking about like their culture reflected in the system, and when they're engaged in the system, they're not engaged in their culture? Or are you talking about like in general?
I'm talking about like, we don't have our own, not that we don't have a culture, we have a culture that's like really dumb. Like, our culture is dumb, just be honest. Like, it's stupid. It's
talking about black folk in America.
Yeah, our culture is really stupid. It's not based on anything, like, for the most part, like anything that can like progress us. Like, just our culture is like eating bad food all the time. Like, that's our culture. You know what I'm saying? Like, we go to a funeral that grandma just died, and then we go eat the same food that killed her because it's a part of our culture to do so. You know what I'm saying? Rap music, talking about killing, shooting. Yeah, I'ma shoot him today. I'ma shoot him right now. He right there on Genesee Street. I'm looking at him in his face. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's our culture to do that. You know what I'm saying? Spending all our money, not saving our money. Like, that's how black people, that's a black culture. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like,
yeah, you speaking some harsh truths that is real, man.
Yo, I think our culture is like the dumbest culture on earth. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like, damn, how could you say that? You know what I'm saying? When our people done contributed so much to, you know what I'm saying?
That's kind of what I'm thinking about in my mind right now. Exactly, but go ahead.
Yeah, when our people could done contributed so much to, you know, possibly other people cultures and, you know, stuff like that. But it's like, even contributing to other people cultures, most of the time it advanced them and it, you know, helped them more than it helped us. And it wasn't something that, like, it's like, I would say, like, innovative. You know what I'm saying? So for example, dancing. Like, most, like, other people get dancing a lot of times from us now. You know what I'm saying? That's something that we brung to the culture that other people, you know what I'm saying, emulate. But it's like, is that really important? You know what I'm saying?
No, but like, so, you know, you're bringing up this word culture, and I forget who was talking. It might have been Sebi. It might have been one of those dudes from that camp, right? And even the word culture, like, technically it's a scientific term, right? Where culture is this collection of like organisms, right? Like, you know, when you're creating, like, for example, in yogurt, there's a culture, bacteria culture that's in the yogurt that's supposed to help your body, right? And that in my mind is a culture, right? But if you were to throw a virus into that bacteria culture, that good probiotic bacteria culture, then the virus has its work, but the culture still is what it is, but the virus has its work within that culture, so bad things happen. So, you know, when I'm hearing you talk about black people having terrible culture, because the rap is actually the next question too. The rap has what it has, the eating habits are what they are. I'm laughing at that Boondocks episode where they talked about that soul food, that movie Soul Food. That's exactly what happened. Grandma died, everybody was eating the same food, right? And just a lot of the other unfortunately ignorant stuff. I see those almost as the virus on the culture. You know what I'm saying? Where it's just like, it's the issue that's kind of taking over. And see, but now I was about to do what he just said, which is kind of blame white supremacy. It was like, white supremacy put this in. Like, I was about to do exactly what you just said. So now I'm kind of torn, trying to find that balance between us dealing with a situation where things were encouraged, but also having the ownership of not doing stuff like that. Because, I mean, me and you aren't doing it. Because we understand what our true culture was, right? And the virus isn't there. You know what I'm saying? Or we've been taking time detoxing that virus. There's some dudes who know about the virus, but ain't getting rid of it yet, right? Because you're talking about all these pro-black dudes that's still asking moms for money, you know, like stuff like that, you know? So that's kind of, when you're saying, because you said it was a tough conversation, right? That's kind of what's going on in my mind. Right. Like, all these ideas are batting around. Right. And this is great radio.
You your statements are stimulating, man. And you know, as far as whether it's a virus on the culture or whether if it's the culture in and of itself, that line is like getting blurred, man. If anything, you know what I'm saying? Because those negative aspects have been so prominent. So it's definitely a conversation to continue.
Word up. So, real fast, we do a little activity here called A-side, B-side. Okay. We're going to list the topic. We want you to say the A side of it, kind of like a take where it's like the good, you know, the positive about it, then the B side of it, which might be the bad. Okay. Right? Here we go. We'll just do, I'll pick one and you can pick one, and then we'll ask for his top 5.
All right.
We just got done talking about rap. Young Thug, A-side, B-side.
A-side, as far as positive, he gives people a chance to be themselves. He represents somebody that, you know, can be their self and progress in America. That's what I like, you know what I'm saying? What I don't like is his like how he like kind of tries to like act like he's a part of the LBGT, but then when you ask him about it, man, nah, man, that's just with my homies, man. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like Rachel Dolezal or somebody who just want to like, you know what I'm saying, act black. But then when they ask him about it, it's like, look, I just did that to do, you know what I'm saying? It's like kind of like playing both sides. It's like, bro, if you this way, then just say you this way. Don't be like doing like just, you know what I'm saying, stuff that make people go like, yo, bro, what are you doing? And then, you know what I'm saying?
So we probably got time for just one more. How about the stock market? Give it to us as fast as you can. A side, B side.
The positive is you can make $200,000 in 30 years. The negative is you gotta have money
to start out.
Right.
Yeah, you gotta have money. I wish it was free.
Well, yo, man, I can't believe time has passed already. Ladies and gentlemen, Brother Shawn, thanks again for joining us, homie. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Yeah.
Always great talking with you. You know, well, I'll probably see you at Be Healthy.
Yeah,
What's
definitely.
the rest? Because I keep on calling Aboriginals. My bad. It was Be Healthy and what?
Be Healthy Fresh Food Market at 442 Genesee Street. Open every day from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Yes, sir.
My bad on misquoting it before. Be healthy.
That's all
and
good.
I'll be through there as well, bro.
Yeah, you already know. You already know.
For those who are just listening, you just got done listening to BoomBappED, capital ED, on Wayo 104.3 FM. You can like us on Facebook, check us out online, and we're looking forward to engaging with y'all later. Peace and progress.
Peace.